Thank you so much. I'm really honored to be here for many reasons, but I wanted to start with giving you all a gift. Actually, two gifts. A pen, we can't use enough pens. Right, I'm giving everyone a pen so you can use it.
The one thing I didn't bring this one.
I find that when you start a talk by giving something away, that people are going to open their hearts more and be willing to hear what you have to say, whether it applies to you or to somebody you know. There's another pen. Okay. And because what I do involves essential oils, and I'm not here to talk about essential oils or sell you essential oils, but essential oils, the first thing they do is affect your brain. So if we start with an open heart and we start with an activated mind, you will be more open to receive what I have to share with you today. This oil is called Envision. And when we visualize, it actually increases productivity by 500%, believe it or not. I'm not here to talk about that either. Just take a big, deep breath, and it's going to oxygenate your brain. It's going to open your mind. Now your heart is open and your mind is open. And then we can begin.
I need a gallon of that, please.
Right.
How do you guys feel about what my shirt says? Just a mom. How does that make you feel? Just a mom. That's what if you can't read it. What's your first impression when you read that? Safe. Safe, okay.
No confidence. This is all you are, nothing more than just.
Okay. Anyone else?
I find it empowering.
You do find it empowering,
I find
okay.
it empowering because I am just a mom, but just a mom means that on a Saturday morning I've been up since 5:30, being just a mom.
Well, I don't get that kind of reaction usually. Usually when people hear just a mom, they think that I am talking down to myself. And by the end of my talk, hopefully you will understand that I wear just a mom as a badge of honor and not a badge of shame. The roots of my origin are very interesting. Would you like to hear it? There was a woman during World War II who lived in Czechoslovakia. She lived in her home with her common-law husband and her twin boys. Her husband was taken away, and she was put in a concentration camp with her boys. After the war, she escaped through the underground to the United States. For an older woman. And in that time, she had an affair and she got pregnant. She was ashamed. She went to a little village to have her baby, and then she gave her baby up for adoption. The last time she had contact with the adoption agency was to make sure that that baby was adopted. Now, can you imagine the odds stacked against this child, this surrendered child? But could you also imagine the act of courage and love to be able to give that baby up? Well, as you may have surmised, I am that child. and the roots of my origin pulse through my veins like racing fuel, driving me to my preordained purpose. And I'm here to share with you how being just a mom is more than just a mom, and why moms are rock stars. My adopted mother, the mother that I only knew and loved, said that as a child, I always wanted to help people and I wanted to be a nurse. So clearly that's where my desires were birthed. And I got married, and for the next 7 years, I was pregnant 10 times in 7 years. And I lost 5 of them. And people say to me, how did you get over that extreme loss? And for me, it was simple. It was simple because I always believed that my job as a mother is to get my children to heaven, and I already have 5 there. During that time, when I was having babies, one of my cousin's child became autistic. And it was a vaccine injury. I'm not here to debate the efficacy of that. I just knew that that was true at the moment. And it challenged all my ideas on the topic, and being a mother, being in the throes. I was pregnant every year, and I was pregnant for 7 years. So that made my mind reel, like, what is this all about? And that was really the beginning of my journey into health and wellness. And the journey started with discernment in this sea of conflicting information. So now my family became, as I affectionately say, my human experiment project for the next 25 years. And it was difficult because I put my family through every kind of trend and fad and health thing, and they just accepted it willingly. One of my favorite stories is when I turned my children orange because I juiced 50 pounds of carrots a week. And my friends were like, your kids are orange. And I'm like, it's that Mediterranean skin, it's just the tan. And I got home and I go, oh my God, my kids are orange, what have I done? So thankfully that was not very long lasting. And it's really easy to look at me today and say, oh, Maria, that's really easy for you. It's really hard for me. I can't get healthy. Well, you know, we all start at the same point. We all start a staircase with the first step. And sometimes we can't see the top of the stairs. So I threw myself into everything. I read everything. I went to conferences, masterminds, conventions. Last year I went to a brain conference because I was given charge over these 4 lives, and I wanted to keep them as healthy as I could and to build and nurture and support them all the time. I was devoted. I was devoted to this cause. Nobody saw me, but I'm gonna show you now. When I was 220 pounds, and you could pass it along. And this is the only picture that I have that you could see. Nobody saw me when I ate a carton of mocha chip ice cream every night for a month. Nobody saw me when I cussed, I screamed, I yelled, I spanked my children. Nobody saw when I was in the closet trying to get a time by myself, or when I was in bed and I couldn't get out to my unattended children. I went to the bathroom with an audience, I shared all my food, I woke, dressed, fed, and went to church every day for a time. I even dabbled in homeschooling. I realized that wasn't my gift. We went bankrupt, We really didn't go on vacation. All of these trials that I went through in an effort to bring the best out of my family and to keep them well. It wasn't easy, but I'm here today with all my battle scars to share with you that I don't have any special degrees. I don't have any letters after my name. I don't have any special titles. How am I able to do this? I'm able to do this because I've been devoted for 25 years to my family and to a higher cause. For the last 10 years, I've been radically devoted to personal development. Reading everything I can get my hands on, always reflecting the best that I know how. And most recently, the past 2 years, I have been devoted to the spirit within me, to listen to that which gives us all breath and life. It is because of devotion that I have been able to stand here before you to share with you all these things from the roots of my origin. And through these years, I've developed a system of habits that I can now share with other people. And I know you spoke about let's listen with our hearts, but it's really with the coherence of our hearts and our minds, so that we're coming from a whole place, the place in which we've all been self-ordained to live. And I share with you that being just a mom is more than just a mom and isn't my badge of honor, and I'm proud of it. It's not that I'm not smart or didn't go through hardships. It's just that that is who I am, and who I am is to bring that spirit to the world to help heal the world. So what I would love to do with you is a meditation, and the meditation is actually going to help you connect your minds and your heart together so that you act through being a whole person with your brain synced with your heart and living with the inspiration from the spirit within. So we're actually going to start with the essential oil again, because that helps activate the brain. And you're really gonna love this. And you are gonna feel, if you didn't feel good coming in, you're gonna feel really good leaving. So what I would like you to do is to close your eyes. And I want you to shift your awareness from your thinking mind to your heart. And what I'd like you to do is to place your hand, one of your hands, over your heart. Because awareness always goes to where the physical sensation is. Now I'd like you to slow your breathing down. Nice and slow, rhythmic, comfortable. When you slow your breathing down, it tells your body that you are safe, and you are safe in this moment. This also releases the stress hormone, and it actually awakens healing energy. Now I want you to envision an enjoyable scenario of a person, a place, a thing, whatever it is that makes you happy. in this moment. Now I want you to create an intention with one of these feelings. A feeling of care, appreciation, gratitude, or compassion. Feel that. What does that feel like to you? Now I want you to smile. Smile changes the chemistry of your body and it supports wellness. This will trigger coherence between your brain and your heart. I want you to fully feel, hear, and smell what your vision is. Don't forget to smile. And now I want you to cross your legs. You can do this at your ankles or cross. Crossing your legs crosses the energetic meridian. The meridian is like the circuitry of your body, the electrical circuitry. And crossing your legs also synchronizes both hemispheres of the brain. So now you are actually coming from a place of whole coherence. Now you can repeat after me out loud or to yourself. Say to yourself, repeat after me, I give myself permission
I give myself permission
to allow myself to be forgiven and to heal.
to allow myself to be forgiven and to heal.
I surrender fear.
I surrender fear.
I release judgment.
I release judgment.
I forgive myself for
I forgive-
self-hatred.
Forgive myself for self-hatred.
I release the bondage of blame and shame.
I release the bondage of blame and shame.
I forgive myself
I forgive myself
for blaming myself for things I never created.
for blaming myself for things I never created.
I love every part of me as I am.
I love every part of me as I am.
I love others because I love myself.
I love others because I love myself.
I give permission
I give permission
for people to feel my heart absent of judgment.
for people to feel my heart absent of judgment.
I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
Continue to breathe slowly, deeply. Smile. Feel the spirit within you rise up and uplift you. This is something everybody can do by themselves at home. It takes minutes. To bring yourself to center. This is the secret to my success. Now you can bring yourself to center and to calm. And how you can shine the spirit that dwells within and gives you life and purpose. Take one deep, final breath. And that completes my talk. Thank you.
I was going into meditation, Lord have mercy.